Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Tucker from Crunchmoo, and this is our very first episode of our series, if you will, on our underappreciated games. I know that Charlie, Matt, and I have two games picked out, and if reception of these videos goes smoothly enough, and you guys like them, we will probably come out with more of our underappreciated games. And for our first underappreciated game, and it's one of my personal favorite games, is Tropico 3. Tropico 3 was released in 2009 and received a generally favorable score of 79 out of 100 from Metacritic, which just squeaks by on the scoring board of 75 out of 90. I would say the reason why people would rate it lower is I will admit it has some relatively clunky controls. Uh, Placing things is a little bit harder than I think it should be. That shouldn't detract from an amazing game like Tropico 3. And currently, with the Steam sale going on, it's the Steam edition is like $1.99. If you download the DLC version with the expansion and whatnot, it'll be $2.99 on Steam during the Steam sale right now. If anyone manages to see this video in the next 40 hours, I definitely recommend buying this game. It's so cheap and it's such a good game for many reasons. For one, I think the soundtrack is amazing. For what this game is, the soundtrack is quite amazing. Charlie got me into Tropico 3, and there's a running joke in our little group of friends and in Crunchmoo that I am El Presidente, and it's because of this that actually my Xbox Live username is Das Presidente, a bastardized version of the German and Spanish languages. But anyway, I digress. The soundtrack, though, is amazing. The game is amazing, so with the Steam sale going on, I quite recommend you buying this game, along with the DLC, although you do have to put up with Betty Boom, which is an annoyance, and if you do want to silence Betty Boom, you gotta kill Juanito, which is the radio announcer for the game. It's an interesting choice for El Presidente, and it's not one that one would have to take lightly. This is just one of the gameplay mechanics trying to keep people happy and trying to keep the rebel threat down, which is an important factor of the game, meaning that you need to keep your people happy so they don't rebel against you and kill you or take down your government. And you also got to keep your military happy, which is done in the form of keeping the militarist faction happy, because you'll meet the unlucky fate that I met in this video, in this gameplay video that I recorded, where I was taken down by my own military. See, this is just one of the gameplay mechanics of Tropico 3, keeping people happy. And the easiest faction to keep happy really is the religious faction in this game, although it's an annoyance to all hell. Why? Because they always want their goddamn cathedral. It's another inside joke that the people of Tropico are never happy when it comes to the religious faction, because they will come at the worst times and demand a cathedral or demand a church. And cathedrals are quite expensive, and so are churches. And when you're trying to feed your people and do all these things, trying to get your economy running, having them come and demand a cathedral or they won't vote for you in the next election, it's a really important balancing act on trying to figure out how to balance your money correctly so you don't have to run into on any monetary situation while they're looking for a cathedral. Because this has happened to me quite a lot of times, and it's not a very good situation when it does. So to recap, the things that I think that make this game worthy of the underappreciated title is A, its score on Metacritic, and a lot of the other game review organizations pegged it at somewhere around 8 point something. So it's, if you look at the grand scheme of things in the newer rating system, where the new 7 is the new, 5 or 4, this is a generally above average to average game. The soundtrack is amazing. That's one other thing going for it. The gameplay mechanics are quite interesting. Making sure you have to keep everybody happy, keeping the factions happy. Elections is an interesting thing, an interesting concept, which isn't foreign to the original Tropicos, but I think it does it so well in Tropico 3, along with the amazing graphics from 2009. A lot of people have said that Tropico 3 is a lot like Tropico 1, and I'd agree. Except Tropico 3 isn't as much of an annoyance as Tropico 1 was when it came to managing everything. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please rate, subscribe, comment. If you did enjoy this video, please comment, say that you want to see more of our underappreciated series. If we get a good enough reception on this series, we will probably end up continuing it. We have 2 videos lined up for each person. Charlie is currently editing his video. Matt will be editing his sooner or later. And once we finish editing these videos, we'll have them up on a relative basis. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, please rate, subscribe, and have a nice day.